Board members, we finna call this meeting to order. I would like to call the Flint Board of Education regular board meeting to order at 6:30 p.m.
Amen.
Board members, as I call your name, please say present for the record. Trustee King.
Present.
Treasurer Luna.
Present.
Trustee Relaford. Absent. Vice President Clack.
Present.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McIntyre.
Present.
Secretary Perkins.
Present.
Myself, President McNeil. 6 present. I will now call upon Secretary Perkins to read the distribution statement and first statement in the standard practice.
District mission statement. It is the mission of the Flint School District to develop a community of learners who are prepared to live, work, and contribute in an ever-changing society. Flint Board of Education standards of practice. In order to provide outstanding leadership and better serve the Flint community schools, we, the members of the Flint Board of Education, commit to the following standards of practice. We will be consistent in our dealings with each other, as well as students, staff, and community.
We will model trustworthiness and honesty in our relationships with each other, with our superintendent, and with our constituents.
We will focus on a common goal of providing the best education possible for the students in the Flint Community School.
We will respect the diverse views that each of us brings to the organization, as well as the views of others that we interact with as we carry out the business of the Board of Education.
We will be open and authentic with each other, our staff, and community. Thank you.
As we work to make decisions, we will focus on issues, not personalities.
Our decisions will be student-centered and based on objective facts.
We will practice good listening skills to better understand our fellow Board of Education members and constituents.
Thank you, everyone. Board member, hope you had an opportunity to review the minutes. Is there any questions or comments? Let me make the motion, then we make the comments.
You just asked.
Oh, I did. So you want to do that before that? Go ahead, Laura. Go ahead. That's not the way I wanted to do
There's
that.
just a minor technical thing that needs to be changed in the first page. It says Secretary Perkins and Trustee Relaford arrived at 5:34 and 5:35 p.m., and it needs to say respectively at the end so that it indicates which time is for which member.
Okay.
That's it.
I seek a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the March 6, 2024 Finance and Operation Committee of the Whole meeting, March the 13th, 2024 Board Committee of the Whole meeting, March the 20th Special Board meeting, March the 2024 Regular Board meeting, and the March the 21st, 2024 Special Board meeting, MASB workshop.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous board meeting
Okay.
as you just stated.
Thank you.
Support.
It's been properly moved and second. Are there any other correction? Seeing none, the motion to approve the minutes from March the 6th.
Are we correcting the?
You just
With the-
told her.
Right, that's the one we're correcting.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any more comments or correction? Seeing none, the motion to approve the minutes from the above dates will be conducted by a roll call vote. As I call your name, say yes or no. Secretary Perkins?
Yes.
Trustee McIntyre?
Yes.
Vice President Clack?
Yes.
Trustee Relaford?
Yes.
Trustee King?
Yes.
Treasurer Luna?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. 6 yes, 0 no.
7 yes.
7 yes. The board will now hear comments from the public. We ask that you state the reason for addressing the board and that you limit your remarks to 3 minutes on matters within the authority of the board and not address the individual by name. The presiding officer of the board shall have the right to limit the numbers of persons who may address the board on this same subject. Please state your name and address before beginning to speak. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to address the board? Is there anyone from the public who wishes to address the board? Seeing none, we will proceed to our next agenda item. At this time, we have a presentation from Ms. Shanta Price, Community School Director, followed by Q&A with students who went on a tour of some of the nation's best HBCU, historical Black colleges and universities. We would like to invite them to join us on stage.
So, for President, we're going to ask, as the scholars are coming, we're going to ask Ms. Fields to also come. She has some presentation with this as
Okay.
well.
All right. Sounds good.
And then Ms. Shanta Price is going to follow up to conclude with those other scholars. Can you turn my mic on, please?
Before y'all start, would y'all allow them to introduce themselves so we can know who's who?
We can,
Yeah. So I'm going to repeat, we're going to ask the scholars to go
just
ahead and
sit down
take the
in
seats.
seat, please.
And Ms. Fields is going to talk a little bit. There was 2 different HBCU tours, but the one that the board approved, we want to make sure we're highlighting that one, and then we're going to ask Ms. Price to come and highlight the other tour as well. So I just want to give some perspective
Okay, thank
so everyone knows what's going on, and we're going to also ask that our scholars have the opportunity to introduce themselves.
It is a pleasure to be here tonight for these very exciting presentations and the opportunity that we've had, both through our partnership and through the support of the Flint Community Schools, to be able to send at least 12 scholars from around the district to experience HBCU tours. The first tour that we went on was with the Klingman tour, and I'm going to go ahead and let our young people introduce themselves. And these are the young people, the scholars that were able to do the HBCU tour with the Klingmans.
I am Jacobey Richards, a junior at Southwestern Classical Academy.
I am Latanganay Stewart, a senior at Southwestern Classical Academy.
Yeah, you should give them some love. We want to give them some love. That's appropriate. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you a few highlights from the HBCU Klingman tour, and then we're going to be showing some highlights from the Center for Excellence tour, and Ms. Price will be talking to you about that. And then you'll be able to have the opportunity to talk and ask questions of our young scholars about their experience in their touring. So through the efforts of Flint Community School students, Jacobey and Latanganay participated in the Klingman Foundation HBCU tour. With the support of the Flint Community Schools Flint Board of Education, our scholars experienced an enriching and inspiring journey through the historically Black colleges and universities across the nation. They engaged in campus tours, attended informative lectures, connected with faculty and students, and gained valuable insights into the unique and educational offerings and rich cultural legacies of these esteemed institutions. Through this experience, they expanded their horizons, they cultivated new aspirations, and they developed a much deeper appreciation for the profound impact of the HBCUs on higher education and society as a whole. And you'll see that there's Jacobey and Latanganay right there with their certificates. And then we have, if you could, Stephen, the first one.
In high school and haven't graduated yet, because it opens more opportunities for you. It gets to show you the college life, and what you do after you graduate. And I feel like it's good to make connections with people and colleges and stuff. And overall, I feel like Klingman his trip was good because he made sure everybody's kids was okay. He made sure everybody sure everybody was good and everything. Like, he was just great overall. So I recommend this trip to you. Even if you don't go to college, I still recommend it to you because you might want to change your mind and go to college just because of the college that you see. And I feel like it was good overall.
My name is Jacobey, class of 2025, and I really enjoyed my trip. I feel like I met a lot of new people. I experienced a lot of things that I would have never got to experience until later in my life. I'm very grateful for this opportunity for this trip. I met a lot of new friends. I learned more about the fraternities. Thank you to Mr. Klinkman and everybody who's been helping me along with this trip. Very taken care of, very blessed. Thank you again.
We're so. And if we could go to the next two slides, just some highlights that they were able to capture and picture, and the young people will be able to talk to you much more about their experiences.
My name is Lieutenant Janae.
My name is Jacobey.
So just some of the highlights that they'll be able to talk to you about today in their HBCU tour with the Klinkmans. Oh, okay. And then if you could go to the next one for me. Oh, I've got a clicker, don't I? And that should take us to the end. Okay. So at this point in time, I'm going to, with Mr. Jones' permission, we would do the other one, or do we want to do questions and answers first?
Well, Board, do you want to ask about that particular trip now, or do you want to wait until both is?
I want to ask about this because I want you to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not,
Then
yeah.
we'll have you come.
Not a
Ms.
problem.
Bryant.
Thank you.
Tell me what this is we're looking at. I don't care who.
So that picture of the Orangeburg, I think that was, which one was that? Yeah, the president's school, was it?
Y'all can help each other. You're not a,
That was one
can't help them.
going before it. Going before it. That was Claflin, the youngest HBCU president in the nation. Mr. The Claflin president, got to meet him. He was very nice. And then across from that was South Carolina State University. That was a good tour. A lot of people earned admission into the college that day. A lot of people got scholarships. Hopefully next year I get one.
Is that where you want to go?
That is one of my school of choices now that I've taken this tour, yes.
Awesome.
I did indeed enjoy that college a lot.
Good.
Yep, that was South Carolina State.
Good. You know it get hot down there, don't you?
Very.
Didn't you get a scholarship?
Yeah.
Tell them about it. Tell them about it.
I got a $13 worth scholarship at South Carolina because of my GPA.
Good. What's your GPA? Brag different. What's your GPA?
It's a 3.5 right now.
Good.
Hopefully it go up
That's
before they
good.
year end.
Yeah, that's hard work. That's good. I had a 1.2.
Oh.
I'm just saying, everybody get a chance. So speak on that. That's good.
Any other questions for the scholars for the Kleeman Foundation?
Trustee Perkins.
I was gonna ask
Guess I'm
you,
supposed to ask
did
that.
you meet any of the sororities on campus?
I didn't.
Anybody?
My group didn't. We just like walked around and like looked and stuff. I don't know if his group did.
Did you meet any of one from fraternities?
We didn't meet them per se, but
You
it was
saw.
it was very heavily talked about, and it was very, very respected. Like they emphasized it as we walked past, like the different monuments and stuff, and the different fraternity and sorority, like the alpha and beta groups and like the stuff that they had on campus. They made sure like we didn't disrespect them accidentally, like avoiding walking on the paths that they had made and sitting in the assigned groups and the areas they had for the fraternities. So we very much got an idea of like the level and the depth that goes into these fraternities and sororities. But I didn't meet anybody on campus who was in the fraternity, but definitely experienced it.
So how many other universities or institutes did y'all visit on this trip?
We visited 5.
What's the name of the other?
We visited Claflin, South Carolina State, We visited Florida A&M. We visited Bethune-Cookman and Savannah State.
That's what's up. So did you get, when you guys went on these tours, did you get any history of the universities when you went? Did they give you guys a lowdown on what?
We got lots of history. We learned a lot about it. I can tell you all about Mary Bethune right now. They gave us a good story on her. They taught us about, one of the stories that actually resonated with me the most was the Orangeburg massacre, that I never heard about it until we took this tour, and I'm surprised I haven't heard about it more before this, but definitely learned a lot, and a lot about the history and the different foundations built that these universities built on.
One last question. Is this the only tour that you all have been on, maybe PWI, HBCU, or have you toured other universities?
I have visited like some stuff from the school in my GCI classes. Like I visited, but only in Michigan. This is my first out-of-state tour and my first HBCU tour.
Okay. What about you, man?
I have went on like school, like tours with my school, but I never like went out of state either. Like this was my first like tour, and these was my first like HBCUs that I went to. I never went to HBCU before. So.
Okay, we're gonna see what we can do about that.
Madam Chair? Yes. First of all, thank you for sharing. At the schools, you guys said you went to Florida A&M. What is Florida A&M known for? Y'all can work together if you need to.
They told us this.
Huh?
They told us this.
It's in the name.
Oh, agriculture and mechanical.
You know anybody famous from there? From Flint? Somebody from Flint is from there, and Detroit.
I gotta brush up on my knowledge on that.
That's okay. Kwame Kilpatrick, he graduated from there, and alumni from, she's really big in the pharmacy. Her name is Lasagna Chapel, but now it's Campbell. She went there. They are definitely amazing school. What is the one takeaway that just totally just grabbed you throughout this whole thing? What just grabbed you?
That there is so much more out there. Previously, I always wanted to stay in Michigan. I'm big on staying home. I wanted to go to Michigan. But after experiencing just going down south, I've been out of state before, but nothing like this. Like the colleges themselves, even like the side quests, you can say, we went on, like staying at and experiencing the ocean and all that stuff. The waves was really nice. It was peaceful. Like that was my first time experiencing that, and I every day I think about going back. I only want to go back. So nice. I'm very glad for this.
Good.
This just it just really told me like the sky is the limit, because like it gave like more opportunities. Like he said, I always been like, oh, I don't want to leave, because like I don't want to leave my family, and it could be depressing, like leaving to go to a different state. And you don't know nobody, and you got to start all over, and then I don't know. I just think it can get depressing, but it really showed me that you can do anything, pretty much.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So I guess Ms. Stewart, that's your last name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you decided where you're going to go? Are you definitive?
Like I just said, I wanted to go to South Carolina. I think I still do, but like my first 2 years, I think I want to start off at Mott and then transfer, because I got the scholarship. I don't want to just jump off and go to South Carolina, because like I'm scared. But I'm willing to take the risk. I really feel like I can do it. I really haven't decided if I'm just going to go straight there or start at Mott for 2 years.
Okay, and besides like family considerations, what's stopping you? Like what can we do to help you go that first year?
I don't know, it's just so far away and I'm scared. Like, I don't know, like, it's not like I can just come back for holidays because it's not that, like, close to home. But I think, I don't really can't decide. Like, I think I'm going to give it a try. I really can't
So-
decide.
If we were to help you, like, come visit home your first and second years, is that what, that you would say that's one of the barriers?
Yeah.
So you would go if you had, maybe, you knew you were gonna be able to come back at Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
at Christmas.
Definitely would go
Yeah.
if I can do that.
Yeah, I totally get that. It's not as far as you think. It's not as far as, like,
Yeah, it's probably because we was on the bus the whole time. It's felt far.
yeah. And what else could help persuade you to
That's
go?
really it, because I want to go. It feel like home there. Like, that's the only school that, like, really felt like home.
Okay. So that would be something that you could, I mean, you've got your financial aid package. Could we help you with, any of the paperwork, applying? Like, I just want to make sure that we get all of the barriers out of the way. If you want to go, let's have you go.
I think I can do it.
Okay, think about it. You don't have to sit here and answer, especially not with a microphone on stage in front of everybody. So I just wanted to see what could we do as a district, what can we do as a board, and, myself personally to help you. And what was the other question I was gonna, there was one other question I was gonna ask is, okay, so for Mr. Richards, okay, you're a junior.
Yep.
And so you're saying you've still got like another year, or is there like an early decision deadline that's coming up for you? Is there any particular, deadline that you need?
No.
And so do you have a list of colleges that have you applied yet, or you're going to apply? And
No, I haven't applied to anything yet, but I'm still definitely going to apply to Michigan. I really just want to attend a school that's centered around art, because I want to get an art degree and pursue being a creative specialist. So, and Michigan has a really good art school that I toured. So that's one of the things. It's hard to find schools that care about creativity as much as I do. So definitely want to go to Michigan. I've looked a little bit into more in-state stuff. South Carolina State, again, they were really good, and they're a D1 school, so that's going to play into my decision. But I'm thinking about it, definitely.
so if you're thinking about art, just what about like a smaller liberal arts school? Have you looked into any of those?
It's hard to find things on your own because, when you look it up, you only get the big name things. So I think I would definitely be interested in that too. Something more personal, like a smaller school would be nice. So yeah,
Okay.
I think about that too.
So I'm hearing that like we could help. Okay, so I'm hearing that we could help. I'm trying to ascertain what we can do to help eliminate barriers to actually do something concrete. And so I was just listening to what you had to say to help you. So I would love to have a longer conversation and also to talk with Ms. Fields, maybe with Superintendent Jones, maybe to establish something. So, because this is something that needs to, we've have the initial starting point, and we need to keep up the momentum. Like it's not just a one-time thing. It's something that has to, yeah. So, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys are wonderful.
We just have, are you gonna wait until we? Okay, because we want to give everybody a fair opportunity.
So,
Go ahead, Ms. Phillips.
Some exciting news behind your inquiries, though. We have a college advisor that's placed from U of M that is at Flint Southwestern that can help to navigate many of these pathways for them, and which we're intentional about making sure that that'll happen for them. I am very excited to be able to also bring Shanta Price to the stage. She's going to be, or to the presentation table. She's going to be sharing with you the another opportunity that we had for students around the district, where she'll give you the numbers and all of the other good stuff that comes with it. Of some additional students that were able to also attend HBCU tours. And as we know that those seats fill up very, very fast across our community, they're very limited in their opportunities. So this shows the power of partnership and how we can get as many students across our district the opportunities to go ahead and participate in these type of tours. It also has inspired some planning for us to think about how we can utilize our intersession weeks next year to not just have a spring break, but to think about how we can use those intersessions to be able to provide more opportunities for our students to be exposed to many and different things. So I'm so happy to be able to present to you Shanta Price, and she has a very short presentation, and then we can resume our questions with our young people.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity for our students to be able to showcase what they learned during their week at the HBCU. So we took a group of 10 students with the Motivational Foundation plus the Flint Center. They left March 25th, and we came back on March 30th. So just a short, the support was provided, made possible through the generous support of CS Mott Foundation and out-of-school time grant awarded by the Michigan Department of Lifelong Education, Advancement and Potential in partnership with the Michigan Department of Education, as well as in collaboration with the Motivational Foundation, a nonprofit led by Flint native Blake Odom. He's the CEO and dedicated to empowering and educating our youth. Next slide, please. So prior to going to the HBCU, our students, we had an Empower HBCU Tour Institute, and it was,
it was facilitated by Mr. D'Angelo Gillespie. We had our meeting during February intersession at ALA, Accelerated Learning Academy. All of our topics that we discussed was HBCU history, admission, financial aid, student life, college experiences, and major exploration.
So during the week of intercession in February, the students were able to navigate the HBCU history. They were able to talk about admission, personal statements. We discussed student life, various college experience, as well as we were able to talk about student abroad and things that are available for individuals attending college in general. Next slide, please.
We attended HBCUs such as Hampton University, Norfolk State University, Compton State University, Winston-Salem State University, Morgan State University, and Howard State University.
Next slide. And hear from our students.
My future has changed because I get to experience Black culture on a different level.
A sense of mind where I want to go after high school now. I can actually, like my senior year, I can start applying for colleges and really looking into like what school I really want to go to. Because I wasn't even going to like apply for colleges. I was just going to graduate high school and then go work. But like now I actually want to go to a college and stuff. So
My future has changed because it helped me to get out more and socialize with other people I didn't know.
My future has changed because I've seen places that I didn't know, and it gives me a different perspective.
because I had to see different colleges and learn what I want to do.
I would say when we went to Morgan State, and we was at lunch, and it was the kids from the tour and the college students, they all came together, they was collabing and talking and taking pictures and dancing together. I liked that we staying unified.
Morgan State Business, the business program, I like the fact that they had a chance to invest in and trading.
A standout moment will be at Morgan State when we all just got to dancing with each other, and then like we didn't know the steps, so they taught us the steps, and I feel like that was very welcoming, and I was very nice and just so sweet, and I just loved that. It really don't study because I do want to attend the HBCU if I go to college. So me being able to come on this tour and like experience what these colleges are and about my culture, I would definitely come back for another round of it.
It was a journey.
So that last video was them saying Aggie Pride. That's at North Carolina A&T, and so they showed them the chant at that school. So we had 10 students. So you heard from each 10 their perspectives, and then the last slide is just a thank you. First to Flint Community Schools for allowing us to take 10 students out of state. A lot of them, it was their first time getting out of state, further than some of their parents have been. We want to thank Flint Community, the Flint Center for Educational Excellence, and then the Motivational Foundation. They are the one who organized the trip with us. So you can hear from them.
Good afternoon.
My name is Briyanna Wilson, and I am an 11th grader at Southwestern Classical Academy.
And my name is Jamal Kinzer. I am a 10th grader here at ALA.
First of all, thank you. You got to sit up. You got a lot to offer. First of all, thank you all for going. Shanta, thank you. Good job. How did it feel, just one, being out of Flint, right? And just being around people that look like you and understand you and they don't even know you?
It was very exciting just to get out, like stress-free, have nothing to worry about, not even like really thinking about school. I'm just thinking about my next step after school. Being around people that have good energy, good vibes, no negative intentions, and everyone just being around each other, having a good time. Especially since that was my first time going to I never been to Washington, never been to Baltimore, Maryland, never been there. So like going there, seeing those places really opened my eyes to like what's outside of Flint, and like it's real great experience.
Good. I like your eye contact. I'm not finished. Stop, Michael. Go ahead. What you have to say?
I would say it was very nice. It was different from what we were used to because I have visited colleges in Michigan, and I have not had the connection that I made with other college students like I have on this tour. Like when we went to North Carolina A&T, when we was on our tour, we were actually talking to our tour guides and having a conversation, and it was interested in what our career path was and what we wanted to actually do in life. And they was being real with us, like it's gonna be hard. It ain't gonna be no walk in the park or nothing like that. And yeah, it was just a nice experience, I want to say.
Good. Have you all written any letters towards scholarships? That should really start your sophomore year. Honestly, I would love to see a writing camp where you all can write for acceptance letters and then write letters for scholarships, because you could actually recycle that same letter. So I hope that's something that can put in place, because you should really start that your sophomore year, because usually your senior year is too late. Okay, so just want to put that out there. But I just love opportunities. And what I found is when I was in school, it was a long time ago, we had opportunities. And when I went to Chicago, that changed my life, because that was my first time being away from home, but it happened in the 6th grade. But I like what you all brought back. It seems like you all left here one way and came back here with a new motive, to succeed. And whatever we can do, I think I can speak for the whole board, we're behind you 100% to make sure that if it's something you want to do, we'll definitely make sure you do it. If it's something your family can't do, we could definitely bring resources to help you all. The goal is for you to be successful, so thank you for sharing.
Thank you very
product of two HBCUs. I didn't hear, and one of my alma maters was up on, y'all visited Norfolk State University. Why ain't y'all say anything, no highlights about Norfolk State? What's up? Norfolk State University. Behold the green and gold. You know what I'm talking about.
To be honest with you, it's not a big interest of mine. I'm really looking at Howard University in North Carolina, A&T. But Norfolk had a great campus. They gave us a great tour of the campus, had great energy, good food, loved the food.
Of course.
And, you know, everything about them was great, but not my school of choice.
Briyanna?
We actually was just having this discussion about Norfolk. It was the when you stay on campus in they dorms and they're shared community bathrooms. Yeah. That is a no. So, but they have a beautiful campus. Their tour was amazing. Like
That's
they
just the freshman dorms, though. Just.
Yeah.
Okay. So just real quick, I picked up on that you all had to learn the history of these institutions before you went, and that's very important to me because each and every one of the HBCUs has a unique history to them as to why they were founded and, you know, the whole makeup of the school. So I appreciate that for doing that. And I know you guys got a great counselor, Ms. Forward. Do you guys use the Common App and the HBCU Common App?
Excuse me?
Wait,
I don't think so. What did you say?
The Common App being you can apply for it to multiple schools at.
Right, so during the week of February intersession, that is the week that it begins, that they can sign up. So those who qualified to be able to sign up for it, we're given that opportunity with our group.
Okay, and last question. Did my daughter Haley meet up with y'all at Hampton? I think she came and went on the tour with you guys at Hampton.
I think so.
You were
I
at
think I know
Hampton.
who you talk about.
Okay, I just want to.
First, I want to say that my uncle, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, they used to just take all the graduates, all the seniors, and take them to the HBCUs. My daughter ended up at Wiley in Marshall, Texas, and I saw her 30 years later. What I mean is, she ended up staying in Texas. She got her bachelor's there. Then she went to Oklahoma City University for her master's. But now she's back in Flint after 30 years of being gone, and she's teaching school here. I visited Wiley. Do you know that's where Denzel Washington made the movie The Great Debaters? And that's what they were famous for, debating. And so there are plenty of opportunities. And then when you go away to college campuses like that, a long way from home, you find your niche. Don't be afraid. Just stand on how you were trained at home and just, you know, put your best foot forward. Education is the key. That's why you're going. And you will grow into be your own person. You will. As I say, my daughter left. She was 18 years old, and she was gone from that point on. And now she's a school teacher. So there are plenty of interests. I'm sure you found different avenues when you were there, things that you had never thought of or witnessed. My niece is at Howard right now. She lives in Virginia, so it's the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. So when I saw you all standing next to the statue for Martin Luther King, I said, oh, I was there. I took a picture right there also. But a lot of opportunity. Young man, you are a junior. You still got the opportunity to go tour again, maybe in a different direction this time. And you might peak some of the things that you never thought imaginable. So I'm rooting you on. This is one trustee right here that wants to see you grow beyond what you could even know. So thank you.
Are there any more comments? If not, I will speak. Oh, go ahead, trustee.
I'll make sure that thing is on. Hello, everyone. It's good to see young people, more young people going to college, going to even see tours itself. Myself, I didn't have the privilege to go to HBCU. I graduated from University of Michigan, go blue, 100%. But it's important. I believe that it's important for our scholars to, travel out and see different universities and colleges that's there. It's amazing that Flint kids were able to experience that. And I do want you all to know that that is history and it's making itself, right? Like every year a Flint kid get to go out and see different universities, different black colleges. It's nothing like seeing your own people, right? But I do want you to know that I'm a resource for you. I recently graduated from U of M. If you want to talk about college life, how to apply scholarships, etc., feel free to reach out to one of the administrators or teachers and to get a hold of me if you want to talk about college life or housing and all that good stuff. I'm here. But it is amazing to see our scholars here today presenting in front of us. This is the good things I like to highlight about Flint Community Schools.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more comments? Seeing no more comments, I do want to make a couple of statements. Are you guys aware that Michigan had a black college in Michigan? What was the name of it?
I do not remember the name, but I remember it was closed down due to lack of enrollment.
What, Lewis College of Business? That's the one you're talking about, on 6 Miles and Myers, was their first black, was the only black college. And I had the privilege of graduating from it and coming out of Northern Public School off of Woodward Avenue. I wasn't ready for the scholarship at CMU, but when I left LCB, I was ready. I could walk into that college with the confidence that I needed because I came out of that public school and I had mentors and they coached me into going to LCB, and that was the best thing that could have happened because I needed that growth and I needed that discipline, and I just want to commend you guys. I left LCB, walked into CMU, did my master and my bachelor there, and always a 3.6 or 3.7 student all the way, but it started from that foundation. And so take your time. You got plenty of time to grow. I'm so proud that sitting as a board member that I had this opportunity. This is something that we've been talking about, and we made it happen. And thanks to Trustee Relaford and Mr. Clyde, they have been pushing this, and so we get to see these opportunities, see you guys grow. Great job, Ms. Fields.
Right. I think it deserves everybody to get up on that because our young people and Ms. Price, I definitely think this is a thing worth celebrating for us.
Yep, if you all could just stand and come this way and you're gonna face that way, and we'll get a picture with the Board of Education.
It's the parents and the relatives of parents in our audience. Please come up.
Yeah, come on.
Please come up. This is family. Come up. Oh, congratulations. I know you want us, but this is your moment. Go ahead. Go ahead, we're fine.
As you're getting over the back, we gotta make sure everyone.
There we go. Looks great. Yeah, looks beautiful.
Congratulations, thank you. Yes.
And thank you to the parents who came out. We appreciate you allowing
Absolutely.
the scholars to go and to also come back and
Absolutely.
to speak about it. So thank you for your time tonight. We appreciate it. Ms. Forward, thank you for all your work with our scholars as well, and all of the staff and teachers that have supported those scholars to be where they are today. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. So Mr. Jones already extended those thank yous to Ms. Forward, to, again, Ms. Relaford for the support of pushing this initiative, for the entire board, for our partnership with the center, and the power of what we just did, sending 12 young people from Flint Community Schools through the efforts of partnership and collaboration, and making sure that our young people had those opportunities to be able to tour. So with our academic updates for this evening, again, our main objective is always our main goal. My goal is our success from our superintendent. We are re-energizing the pride, renovating the plans, rebuilding the possibilities, and repurposing for a brighter future. And I can't see where tonight isn't an example of how we are making that promise come true. I'd like to go ahead and I'd like to start with our academic highlights by highlighting Eisenhower this evening. In Eisenhower, just some of the highlights that we are focusing on this evening. This week, students from Ms. Ingerstell's class were engaged in learning about the eclipse, and they were out there in these eclipse streets, making sure that they were experiencing all of that energy and that opportunity, and tagging that in with some science activities. We also have, with Eisenhower, a career day coming up on May 10th. Those volunteer opportunities are made available to the public. Last year, they had a fantastic showing for their career day, where every classroom got to experience different careers and the opportunities that exist for all of our young people and the things that they can become. We have upcoming this week an Family Science Night for Eisenhower on April 2024th, on the 25th, 25th of 2024. And one of the things that I think is probably the most exciting about Eisenhower is Mr. Thomas there has piloted a project called Strive for Five. The Strive for Five is it's an initiative and strategy to increase attendance across in the school for those young people that have chronically been absent. The young people that started this particular endeavor, he started with 35 and he is at 30 right now, and they had great success in their rollout with 85% attendance in their first week. And we're waiting to find out where we're at after spring break. After we get right the week before spring break, the numbers dipped a little bit, and he was down to 60% of those scholars participated in all 5 days. But we're hoping that they're right back there again after since we've resumed from our break. So hats off to the work that they're doing at Eisenhower. We'd also like to talk about around the district this past week. Eisenhower again, Durant Terry Mott, Nethercutt, Doyle Ryder, they were all highlighted for their lessons around the solar eclipse and their ingenuity to engage students in world-relevant experiences that range from solar poetry to DIY solar eclipse viewers. And so these young people were able to go ahead and experience the relative and the very, very relevant and the very epic experience of the solar eclipse, and being able to do it in a variety of ways that made it very relevant for them. I'd also like to go ahead and I'd like to, this is a great highlight this week from our Learning Support Services highlights. The program that GISD sponsors is called Get Employed This Summer, and it's about about program success and about employing young people during the summer. We had 5 students that were interested in summer work, and they were accepted into the GETS program. All 5 were done off of referrals, were submitted for each student. They met with Carrie Blanchard from the GISD. They answered questions and were conducted brief interviews. Carrie then announced that all 5 of our students were hired for their insightful sessions and interviews, and all 5 of them have gainful employment for this summer. And the fact that all 5 of them were accepted is outstanding. These students will gain valuable work experience, employment skills while earning through the program and fostering personal and professional growth, and get paid, I think, is what's the most exciting thing about it. So our young people get to make a little bit of money. And lastly, we have academic highlights. Flint Community Schools Spelling Bee was held in the last couple of weeks. We had 16 qualifying students that were able to go ahead and were eligible to participate in the GISD competition for the countywide competition, and that took place this week, and we're hoping next month that our at our academic updates that we'll be able to highlight some of those students at that time. We've been cheering them on, and we're hoping that we've got some kids that placed pretty high in there and did exceptionally well. So at that, I think that leads us to our staff highlight for this month is a Eisenhower employee. Tiffany was, she was awarded the Excellence in Education Award recipient this year. She's been very supportive of her students and staff at Eisenhower, and they love her mindfulness room is one of the favorite things about Miss Tiffany. And that concludes our academic updates for today.
Thank you. Great job.
Are there any questions, or does the board, oh, okay, I had to get past that before the video started going again. Are there any questions that the board has for this evening?
Yes,
Can we have a list of those 16 students that
Yes,
made it
absolutely.
countywide?
I had to make sure that they had chat forms for them and that were allowed for me to be able to publish them in a public way. So I didn't feel that it was appropriate to bring them to the board meeting in print, but I most certainly pass them on to you.
Okay, because it's a big deal to make it citywide.
Absolutely.
And just to see the kids participating in spelling bees at the local, at their prospective schools and win. I just had the opportunity to witness a student that did that years ago, and I just saw the change in her. And because she didn't think anything about her being able to spell, but when she saw the big to-do made about her spelling the words and going citywide with a lot of staff going over to GISD, that really changed that young lady. So for me, when I hear citywide, when it comes to spelling bee, that's worth a certificate and a hand clap, because that says a lot.
With the competition just ending up in the last week, and Delyn is over that. She's been out for the past week, and we will be bringing that to the next board meeting. I'd also like to highlight that this is the first time in many years that we have had high school students. The only high school students that were not able to participate were 11th graders, and that's because the SAT was held this week.
Oh, okay.
And so 11th graders were out because they had to do the SAT. Any other questions for the academic updates for this evening? Board, I just want to commend you again on your push to make sure that our kids get the most ultimate experiences and supporting them in a way that provides for them the ultimate opportunities. This is work that we plan on building on and going forward with. So thank you again for your support of our young people and our scholars, and for believing in them and for believing in making sure these opportunities are available to them. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Field, and thank
Thank
you for
you.
all the good work that you do.
I
Thank
appreciate
so
you
much.
all.
Now I call upon Superintendent Jones to present action items to the board.
Okay. I seek a motion and a second from the board to approve Resolution 1.6 Personnel Recommendation.
It has been properly moved and second. Is there any questions? Seeing there's no further discussion, the motion to move Resolution 1.6, personnel recommendation, will be conducted by a roll call vote. Board members, I call your name. Say yes or no. Secretary Perkins.
Yes.
Trustee McIntyre.
Yes.
Vice President Clack.
Yes, ma'am.
Trustee Rutherford.
Yes.
Trustee King.
Yes.
Treasurer Luna.
Yes.
Myself, President McNeil. 7 yes.
I seek a motion and a second from the board to approve Resolution 21.16 Schools of Choice Plan, Section 105 and 105C.
So moved.
Support.
It has been properly moved and second. Is there any discussions? Seeing no further discussion, the motion to move Resolution 21.16 Schools of Choice Plan, Section 105 and 105C will be conducted by a roll call vote. Board members, I call your name, say yes or no. Secretary Perkins?
Yes.
Trustee McIntyre?
Yes.
Vice President Clack?
Yes.
Trustee Rutherford?
Yes.
Trustee King?
Yes.
Treasurer Luna?
Yes.
And myself, yes. 7 yes. That ends that. Board member, do we have any comments or remarks before adjourning?
Oh, I do. I know it's probably accident by accident, but I do want to recognize Ms. Valentine. She received an Excellence in Education Award recently from the Education Foundation. She's a 5th grade teacher at Door Ryder. I do want to make sure I recognize
Thank
her
you,
for,
thank you.
thank you, Ms. Valentine, for all the
Thank
work
you,
that
Ms.
she did.
Valentine.
Thank you, Ms.
Yes.
Valentine.
Wherever you got. Any more comments?
I have a comment.
Trustee Rutherford?
I guess, first of all, Superintendent Jones, thank you for that update that you sent. That was really informative for me. But I would like for the board to get proactive as it relates to the properties. And if we could form a committee to address the properties for the next 90 days, I guess with the summer initiative that's going on, is it possible that we could wrap our arms around that to have discussions to bring back to the full board as in the directions that we're going? Or just for me, so I can have a response when individuals have asked me questions, I don't have a response.
Thank you.
I'm not finished, but since you finished, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just said thank you. You can go ahead if you want.
No, I'm finished. Go ahead.
Are there any more comments? Seeing there's no more comments, the Board of Education will hold its next board committee of the whole meeting on Wednesday, May the 8th at 6:30 p.m. at LA. Seeing no further business of the board, I declare the regular meeting adjourned. 7:26.